Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, whatever time it is. I wanted to just send a little video to clarify the survey that I think I confused some of you. So some of you that are new to our youth group, which let me say that our youth group starts with sixth grade, and that is a kind of a moving target sometimes. This year, our junior high confirmation class starts at seventh grade because it's a confirmation year and because the freshmen, those that are our freshmen this year, did not go through confirmation. We thought sixth grade through ninth grade, with the large amount of kids that we had, seemed to be too big of an age span for some of the confirmation stuff. So we kept the sixth grade up in Bibletown. And so if you're new to our programming, that sometimes happens, just depends on where the bulk of our kids are. Just, you have more fun when there's more kids there. So if we can kind of even it out and still make it engaging and the curriculum is still meeting the needs of that, then we kind of just play around with that a little bit. Our senior high generally is always 9th through 12th, except this year, which the ninth graders are down in the confirmation class. So that I just wanted to clarify that. And the other, so on the survey, it was Montreat questions and Ghost Ranch questions. Traditionally, we have done Montreat, a mission trip somewhere, and then Triennium. Triennium is a big Presbyterian youth conference that is put on every 3 years, and Montreat is kind of like the one that's closest to us. So there are local kind of Presbyterian conference camps around. And I say camp, but it's really not camp. It's more of a conference. So adults go, and there's worship time, and it's not a camp like you would think of a camp. And so we go every 3 years because Triennium happens every 3 years. So Montreat is a year, and then some kind of mission, and then Triennium, and then we just keep going through that cycle. And then let's insert Ghost Ranch. And so I think we had such a great time. It was such a moving experience for us, even though it was kind of just organically run and there wasn't really a lot of content, as you might think of a conference type content. So I think a lot of us that went to Ghost Ranch would go back to Ghost Ranch every year in a second. Finances are a little, are tight, and so we need to prepare for these kinds of trips. And we haven't gone anywhere since we went to Ghost Ranch. We hadn't gone anywhere in a few years. And so some of our graduating seniors and some of them juniors or upperclassmen haven't gotten a chance to see Montreat, to have the Montreat experience, which our youth have really loved in the past. But I just need to know what direction we want to go in. So to clarify our survey, really, I just need to know, do you want to do Montreat? Do you want to do Ghost Ranch? There's always opportunity for service work. I've never been to Montreat. I don't think there's a service component in it. This year at Ghost Ranch, we didn't use the track that they offer, and I don't know what they'll be offering this summer. So our summer plans, if Ghost Ranch is what we decide, could be similar to where we did last year, where we just do it ourselves, or we could use one of their programming weeks that they have for youth. That just is kind of up in the air. Also, another caveat of Ghost Ranch is, with our junior high being so young, so adding a sixth grader, traveling clear to Ghost Ranch. When we went to Ghost Ranch, we all had a parent guide. We all had a parent chaperone, I'm thinking here, I think except two, who were entering seniors. So we would really have to think about the age that we would take to a place like Ghost Ranch, because it is so far away. It's a plane ride. Montreat is a car ride. So that if we did have any homesickness or anything like that, we want to make sure everybody's comfortable. So back to the survey. I'm sorry for the confusion. So basically, I just need to know Montreat or Ghost Ranch, and you could say either. I'm intrigued by both. The caveat with this is Montreat has a middle school conference, which is, I think their middle school is 5th through 8th grade. Of course, we would just include our sixth graders. So this is entering sixth graders, exiting, I'm speaking of for this summer, would be entering sixth graders, exiting seniors. The middle school conference for Montreat is only offered one time, and that is July 19th through the 24th, or 20th through the 23rd, in there. They only offer it one time, and it is at a place called Marysville College, which is, I think, we've never done the middle school conference, but I think it's in the same area, just not at the Montreat Conference Center. So for those of you that have been to Montreat or have an older sibling that have been to Montreat, the middle school one will be in the same area, but not at the Montreat Conference Center. And then the senior high, the youth conference center, is a couple different weeks we would be able to choose from. So they begin, let's see, weeks 1 and 2 would be June 5th through the 11th, June 12th through the 18th. Then they have a couple other conferences there. Then week 3 is July 10th to the 16th. Then there's the middle school conference, July 20th, this says 20th through the 24th. And then the last 2 weeks for the youth would be July 17th through the 23rd and July 24th through the 30th. Oh, and there's another one, July 31st through August 6th. So you see there are multiple weeks for the senior high youth, the older youth, to go. The middle school is only 1 week. So I know that some of, like I said, with some of the middle schoolers going to Ghost Ranch with us over the summer. And again, we'd have to kind of look at that and see what that would look like if Ghost Ranch would be something that we wanted to do. That engagement with the whole youth group might not be able to happen if we did either one of them. Montreat specifically is the 2 separate ones. So we'd have 9th through 12th in 1 week, and then the middle school would be that 1 separate week. And then Ghost Ranch, we would just kind of have to talk about and see what the interest is and see what kind of, what we've got. Also, if we do the Ghost Ranch Youth Service Week, I'm not sure what their age limits are. So basically just need to know Montreat or Ghost Ranch. That's why I asked about the middle school, if you were in middle school, because that's kind of 2 different weeks. We can totally do middle school Montreat and youth Montreat. We could do middle school Montreat and youth Ghost Ranch or senior high Ghost Ranch. It really depends. It just depends. And I want to make sure that we have, things for everybody. Maybe some of you may not be interested at all in any of it, and that's totally fine too. I'm still going to try to do something local over the summer. That's always, I think that's just a great opportunity for us to get involved in our community and learn kind of some of those things. So that's kind of the direction that I'm going. Also, we have depleted all of our funds. Ghost Ranch was much more expensive than what we were thinking. And so I kind of want to know pretty soon what we're deciding. That we won't have any specific dates or anything like that, but just kind of to know what direction we're going. We have Italian dinner coming up in February. I think I sent that date out to you already. And that's always a great fundraiser. And so we've talked about some other little fundraisers to do. And so I've been trying to think about some community engagement that we can have. Also, when we came back from Ghost Ranch, some of you had ideas about sharing creative things that we learned or some of the meditation things that we learned as a fundraiser. And so I have been sitting on that and thinking about it. I haven't been ignoring you. I've just been trying to think about what's the best way that we can relay that information and have community involvement and have it be a worthwhile fundraiser. So I've been thinking of like a spiritual day or weekend or whatever, where we would offer classes like a Taekwondo class, like some of our art classes that we learned about in Ghost Ranch, some meditation, some kind of spiritual practice kinds of things if you go that route. Yoga, we could do a nature hike with some, a silent nature walk or we could just be really creative about what we do and what we lead. And then each class would be a price. So we have $20 class, it's a half-hour class. If we have to pay the yoga instructors, if we have people come in that, to help run it, we can pay that. But we could do I'm just totally thinking out loud. So come back at me, give me suggestions, likes, no's, whatever. We could do a $20 class or a whole day for $100 or something. And then it involves the whole community, so we could get, the people that love yoga to come in and do a class because it's a fundraiser for us and they love yoga and it's not hurting anything, somebody that just needs a spiritual day with just some peace and some contemplation and just that kind of feeling of spirituality. We could offer them a whole day of different things and be creative in our leadership and be creative in how our youth are involved. And that ties in some of the Ghost Ranch things that we have brought back with us. This whole thing for me is coming from Ghost Ranch, just sitting in peace and silence and the beauty of our nature. So that's where I'm kind of going. All of that is a lot for you to take in. So rewind this video and replay it if you need to. But that's just my mind coming out at you. It was easier to make a video than to write it in an email. So Montreat or Ghost Ranch, essentially I need to know. Fundraiser, if you like that idea, of course we will still do Italian dinner. And then this would have to be, I mean, by the time we would get it, together, I would think like spring. We have a lot of our, the bulk of our senior high group are seniors. And so we would want to get that in before they start their senior shenanigans at the end of the year over the summer. So I would think April, May, time to do some kind of other spiritual fundraiser. We could maybe also have some things outside if the weather is nice for that. So let me know what you think about all this stuff. And sorry about the confusion for that survey. So have a great day.